It's a good win for us against a good football team. They've been a very, very physical outfit for a long period of time. We knew that coming in, and I thought our guys played hard. And the second half especially kind of picked it up. I thought we leveled off a little bit early in the end of the half, picked it up the rest of the ball game. So nice win for us.
All right, Jake. Were you nervous when they made the call? Did you know it was the primary option?
I did know it was the primary read on there. I mean, obviously I was a little bit nervous, but we've ran it in practice a couple times, and I was really confident we were going to be able to pull it off.
Take us through the play, like what you do, what you see.
Sure.
No trade secrets.
Just the play starts off with me blocking, kind of staying in. Then after about 2-3 seconds, I just run a straight 45-degree angle to the end zone, and I wait on my man DK over here to huck it up.
When was the last time you scored a touchdown?
Never.
Come on, like field football?
Never.
Backyard football?
A couple times.
All right, we can't let you go at that point. How badly did you get chewed out?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely could have not spiked it, but it's the first time I've ever touched the ball. I know Coach G will be angry, and he'll be talking to me over the next couple of days.
Did you have any doubts that in your catching abilities? I mean, did you play basketball? I assume, right?
Yeah, I have played basketball. I have pretty good hand-eye coordination. But no, I mean, obviously you doubt yourself a little bit, especially going from an O-lineman to a receiver.
Right.
I've never really practiced catching or anything, but it was definitely a great experience.
Are you now tight end?
That is a very complicated question. I'm still primarily O-line, but I will be moving between O-line and tight end throughout the season.
What did you think about Phil Burton recovering while on the end zone? Were you on the field for that one?
Yeah, so I was actually right next to him.
Okay.
I had dove for the ball, and I saw him recover it, so I knew that Phil was coming up with that.
That's a lineman's dream too.
Oh yeah, you have no idea. It was great. So Phil was jumping up and down. We were celebrating with him. It was just overall a great time.
Could you hear him cheering underneath the pile? Because I could hear like hooting.
Yeah, you definitely could. There was some everyone was piled on top of each other. People couldn't get out. So, but you can definitely hear him screaming that he had the ball.
Jackson, I asked their coach, I said, this was a game won in the trenches on both sides. They couldn't run the ball against you. Talk a little bit about what it was like up front.
I mean, obviously they're a pretty stout offensive line. They do really well working together. So going into this week, we knew, obviously from last year, like they're a great double teaming team. So we knew right off the bat that we were going to see a lot of double teams. And then the quarterback's pretty athletic, so we were going to get that speed option into the boundary and stuff like that. But just flat out, we just beat them. We just dominated them as we should.
And how about on the offensive line? They had 17 sacks in 2 games coming in, and I mean, Derek can go out dancing tonight.
Well, we had great communication on the offensive line. Everyone was talking. Everyone was letting everybody know what the reads were, etc. And we were able to block them accordingly.
Turn, Derek. How about the protection that you got today?
It's been amazing all season. I think I was hit maybe once, not even to the ground, just a little knock. So I feel my body feels pretty good. I don't usually feel like this after a game, so that's nice.
Got you.
Jackson, you missed good chunks of the last 2 years with injuries, right?
Yeah.
And now it seems like you stay on the field pretty much all the time, where you start first, second down in the middle, and then maybe it's the other way. You switch around, right?
Yeah, so I'm playing Sam end. Usually it's either in a 5 or 3 tech. And then when you see me line up over the center, it's usually like our rush package, which is dime. And I go to the nose and just try to work the nose as much as I can.
But my point is, you don't come off the field very much, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't really come off the field. I don't really want to either.
I was going to say, it must be so nice to not come off the field when you've had to watch from the side of the field the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's tough, but you know, it's my turn. It's my opportunity, so I'm gonna take everyone that I have.
There was a time when Penn used to come in here and beat Dartmouth up. Didn't happen today.
That time is obviously gone and went.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Take us through, you had 2 long passes, right? One to Drew, touchdowns, and then one to Hunter.
Yep.
I thought especially the first one really felt like it took the wind out of the sails. And did you have a ton of time to see him? And he looked like he was
Oh
really
yeah,
wide open.
I didn't feel anyone even close to me. So yeah, I had good vision of Honeycutt, and Honeycutt does a great job of when he's in one-on-one coverage of beating his defender. So it was a pretty easy decision, and I was just hoping I didn't overthrow him.
So what was the feeling at halftime? You had just scored a touchdown, and all of a sudden it was a close game. And anybody, what were you thinking at halftime?
I think we personally felt that we were dominating them. It's just we kept having little things that were holding us back offensively. Defense did good. They only let up a touchdown the first half, so that's good. But yeah, offensively, we just had these little things that would just mess up our drive. So we weren't too concerned, but we knew we had to put the ball in the end zone in the second half.
Yeah, and then on the defensive side of the ball, we were just how we usually are. Just calm, just collected. We knew that we had the game in hand, and all we had to do was stop them. So coming out on the first drive, that's all we did, and then we just kept doing it.
Jackson, how are you feeling about the season so far? I mean, is this, you never want to look ahead, but this is shaping up to be a pretty good team, and how do you feel about it so far?
I mean, we knew that it was going to be a good team going into the season already. We have a lot of weapons on the offense. We have a great defense. So already we thought that we were going to have a great team. And just from the first 3 games, that we're proving that. And but we have to just keep going one game at a time.
It's going to be exciting, huh? Friday night, lights, 2 really good teams. But what's going through your mind, Jake? You're going to be, now you're a threat.
You know what? I'm just going to go about it like every other week. Just mind the railroad tracks. Just doing everything right in practice, making sure we clean up assignment mistakes and everything like that, so we're good to go for Yale.
Jackson, I am guilty of saying that this was your first real test of the year. Maybe the first 2 teams weren't all that strong. What kind of statement did you make today? Or am I wrong?
What I would say is, like, every team we played so far has good players on it. Maybe they may have not been the best team overall, but they had good players who could make plays. And so this team, yes, was definitely a challenge for us, especially because this was our first Ivy League play. But every week we have to bring it. If we slack off 1 week, that's it. Because on any given day, a team could beat another team. It doesn't matter if it's the worst team player in the best team or the best player in the worst team.
Statistically, they put up a bunch of yards in the fourth quarter. Does that annoy you because you guys are dominating through 3 quarters, and you look at the stats and it looks like they had a pretty good game and you shut them down?
I mean, yeah, it gets to me a little bit, but at the end of the day, the biggest thing is the win. That's like the biggest thing. That's the bottom line. Coach Brooks always tells me, like, it's either pass or fail. Like, we either get the win or we don't. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if we get the win.
You have to be happy overall, but really happy for Jake. I mean, he's just like more than the
Yeah.
touchdown catching Jake.
Yeah, it's the interesting thing. I told him, hey, you scored, don't spike it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so he knew that coming in, and I haven't seen. We had three personal fouls on that. We had the celebration, excessive celebration. We had a roughing on the kick, and then we had a face mask on the kick return. So we're kicking the ball off from the 12-yard line, and it's just idiotic. You know, I tell my guys, just play smart. and I appreciate emotion and all that type of thing, but we got to be a little bit smart. He won't do it again, and I'm happy for him, and I busted him. But you know, things like that in a close ball game, the game changers.
Right. They didn't score off that.
No, they didn't. Thank God.
So I said to Ray, this game was won in the trenches, both sides. Fair statement.
Yeah, we've talked to our guys all week long, all season long, the guys up front. We've done a good job with our defensive front. We rotate people through, and they all play hard. Offensively, establishing the run, and again, another game that we were dominant in time of possession. Historically, Penn has been the one that's possessed the football and the slow-down approach. And to keep them on the bench, we did a great job. The one turn in the fourth quarter, we have the ball in the second quarter on the 40-yard line, and we go 3 and out. And we get them punt situation. We end up letting them. We don't catch the football, and it rolls down, and then we're 3 and out, or we get up first down, but punt it back, and that results in a score. That's one we got to catch the ball. And then I told the guys at the half, I says, man, hey, we went soft at the end of the second quarter. It was like, hey, okay, we got this, and you can never do that with an opponent. And that's I got on them pretty good at the half. Just come back and compete. And we came out, and that's what we did. Went down and scored, shut them out, 3. And you have that mindset. I was very proud of the team because sometimes that's hard to do. If you get up, you feel like, hey, we got it. And it's just to kind of rev the engines, and they did it. The biggest message is you can't allow that to happen. As we get further in the schedule, Yale's an outstanding football team, playing hard. I think they won big again today. So we've got to play hard, and it's down at their place.
So it was quite a blitz to start the second half. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Yeah, well, we didn't hurt ourselves, and in the first half we did. Offside, substitution, we're going to take a timeout. We fumbled the ball a couple of times. We recovered it, thankfully, but it disrupted a number of plays, and that put us kind of off schedule. When we didn't do those things, we moved the football pretty successfully. I thought Derek, obviously 19 of 22, he didn't miss. And that allows us to go forward. But being able to run the football the way we did, we don't have to rely on the pass. And when we're running it that successfully, people, biting up, and then you have the big open throw. And Derek was perfect on that 69-yard or 70-yard, whatever it was, to Honeycutt. And then he had a couple more that you get those chunk yards. Then the way we're running the football makes it a little bit easier.
How do you decide how much Gervino to add to the mix? Because he's powerful, but Kyler's in a great situation, and who decides when? Do you make the call as to when Gervino goes in?
No, we talk about it during the course of the week. During the game, Kevin Daft will make the call. But we had a plan. He's been out for 3 weeks, so let's kind of ease him back in. Use him when it was appropriate, and I thought we did a very good job with that. He picked up a bunch of key first downs, and it's enough to keep people off balance. He'll have a greater opportunity now. He's kind of back into a game-ready mode, and mixing the two, and they're both very supportive, as Jack Hennigan was last year and Jared. So it's tough to prepare for the two of them.
They had 17 sacks coming in. What can you say about the play of your offensive line pass protection?
We're certainly very, very proud of them. Keith Clark preached that to the guys as well, and they have guys that can pressure. And it was kind of a source of pride with our guys, just keep them out. And again, play selection. We didn't hold the ball a long period of time. We had some catch and runs. Honeycutt did a nice job with a couple. Hagdorn did as well. And those things are big. Rempel, another big catch. So when you kind of mix those things in, it's hard to keep. They were worried about stopping the run, and it made the pass protection a little bit easier. But our guys did a good job with it.
And the flip side of it, again, we can touch on it again. Your defensive line just seemed to dominate.
Yeah, they're tough. Yeah, they take a lot of pride in it, and the way that they play and come off the ball, and they kind of set a tone for the defense as the offensive line does for the offense. But when you get guys like Perry and Rocco DeLeo and Seth Simmer, David Chalmers, T.J. Simpson, Nico Lelos, they're all playing. So you spin those guys through, and it's tough to keep. We're fresher than they are, and there is an awful lot of pride. The guys, it does sting when you give up a score. But, to keep your first team guys in the whole time, we need other people to get snaps. They got to stop them too.
Okay, for people who maybe haven't seen a lot of it or don't watch it as regularly, can you speak about what Jackson Perry brings and does for your team? Because it feels like a lot of the defense comes in the attitude and the physicality and the push.
Yeah, he's an exceptional player. Good at coming off the football. He's a tough kid. He came back against Princeton last year. Probably shouldn't with this knee situation, and it's really, really important. He loves being a good football player, and he loves playing. He does a great job in school, so you see that competitive nature on and off the field. Yep, he's got a little bit of an edge to him, and he does. He's a little bit of swagger, and that helps our defense across the board. Jack Trainer does it, and physically, Kai McKinney-Cruden in the back end. So we've got a bunch of guys kind of swirling the pot, and he's the guy that does it up front.
It strikes me as someone you do not want to play against.
Yeah,
For a lot of reasons.
yeah, he loves to play, and a lot of people don't like to see him.
Second year in a row that their standout running back is averaging ridiculous yards coming in. Carries 11 times for 41 yards.
Yeah.
How much of that is Don Doe's on top of everything else?
Yeah, Don does a tremendous job, and those guys take a lot of pride. They put an awful lot of work in. Sammy McCorkle in the back end, the support from the safeties, and some big hits with Boone Stratton and Ryan Reggae. The corners did a nice job, and then Dwayne Brooks up front. We've got a good thing going with our defensive staff. Kyle Kavanaugh has added to that mix, but you got to stop the run to win. And coming in, we knew that was the kid that we had to stop. The quarterback, I thought we did a good job flushing him and creating uncertainty with him, and it makes for a long day offensively.
I got one more for you, and that is, you have been dominant this year. Are you ahead of schedule? Is this team playing even better than you expected?
We've had potential, and the thing I like, we're playing team football. Our offense, our defense, our special teams. We had a couple of breakdowns today, but nothing that was, that killed us. And you can tighten those things up. But they like playing well together. And it's not the offense and the defense. Everybody's cheering for everybody. And when you jump them a little bit, they all respond. So it's surprised, happy to see where they are, not satisfied. We've got a lot of work to do. We made too many mistakes. We had too many penalties. We didn't secure the football. Our kicking game, we had opportunities. We missed it on occasion, and we can tighten all those up. And I think the guys know that as well. They're pursuing perfection. You ever going to get there? I don't know, but that's the chase.
Not to be negative, but Connor Davis had a couple of hiccups, and I can see you sort of go over to him and talk to him. Is this just sort of growing pains you're going to have with a freshman kicker? I mean, he has a lot of weight on him.
Yeah, no, he's a very talented guy, and he over processes things and overthinks, and we just said, hey man, sometimes you just got to say, screw it, you missed it. All right, let's go kick the next one. And in each game, he's done that. When he's Holy Cross 2 misfires, and he came back and hit a big one. And the kickoffs, he was thinking about a miss, and he shanks a kickoff. And he can't do that. But that's a young guy just learning to play through, and that's the nature of the position. You won't hit them all, you hope to, but if you miss one, it can't make you miss the next one.
It's very interesting. I look at your rushing yardage, 186 yards, yet your leading rusher had 37 yards. That's almost impossible to happen.
Yeah, we've got just a bunch of guys. Daniel does a great job. How do you keep running backs happy when you're spreading the wealth like that? But they all know that they're contributing, and that's the unselfishness that I see with these guys. They want to win, and they're happy for the guys that might be playing for them. They want to be in there too. But if someone else is performing, with multiple tight ends, we're a little bit more consistent in the offensive line, but a few quarterbacks, a couple of wide receivers, secondary guys. So it's I like the team. We've got potential, but we've got a lot of work to continue to do.